are your thoughts on this young team? And most notably, what are your thoughts on this young team? And most notably, the number one pick, Cade Cunningham.
I think he's starting to come into his own right now. We were worried about him early on in terms of his shooting, but he's been playing very, very well. So I think he's going to be an all-star caliber player. I don't think he's a guy you build your team around. We still got to get that guy. We don't have it yet, in my opinion. And I also think our weakness in the backcourt. We got to get a good point guard. Get a good point guard. We got to get into the backcourt. We got to get a good point. And I also think our weakness in the backcourt. We got to get a good point guard.
All right, that was Dave Bing. I'll be right back to speak on it. All right, man. That was former Detroit legend, Detroit great, former Detroit mayor, Detroit businessman Dave Bing. He said, to be exact, that he didn't think Cade Cunningham is a guy you build your team around. He need to be an all-star. If you didn't hear what he said, in my opinion, that was his opinion. He didn't think Cade could be just a guy. We need to get the guy to build around. We don't have it yet. And he said that our weakness in the backcourt is our point guard, and he was talking about Killian. Hey, so let's talk on. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. All my social media links, description. You need to reach out. Twitter's the fastest way, to Facebook and Instagram. All that's in the description. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description, and Venmo Cash App in the description. You're all at the bottom of your screen. All right, make sure you check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist for more videos like this, and check out my main channel on YouTube for more sports music, news, entertainment. Goodfellas Sports TV. Okay. So Dave Bing on Cade Cunningham. I think he's going to be an all-star caliber player. I don't think he's a guy you build your team around. We still got to get that guy. We don't have it, in my opinion. He said his opinion. I also think our weakness in the backcourt, we got to get a good point guard. So he basically saying that Killian ain't that good. He could be alluding that Cade isn't the point. Okay. But all this is subjective. I mean, I think it's too – it might be a little bit premature to label Cade as not a guy you build around, but you think about it, he don't make nobody better just yet. But it's gonna take time. Okay, how about that? It's gonna take time before we can make that assumption. Okay, it's gonna take time. But his opinions was interesting. But you gotta say that you gotta look at and what he said. He said, in my opinion, he doesn't think Cade is the all-star. He's an all-star caliber. He's not a guy you can build around. The guys you build around other than LeBron are who? Jokic. I guess Chris Paul and Devin Booker. I think it's yet to be seen. I think he impacts the game in several ways. We haven't seen his ability to play make just yet. I think with Killian, with Jeremy Grant out here, we might see his ability to play make, but I don't think we've seen the best. I don't think we've seen the best of him yet. So I think it's premature to say what he can and what he can't be. But like he said, he just started to come into his own. So I think in the next couple, second half of the season and next year, we'll see what he really about. Hopefully we get an opportunity to see exactly what he's about. But in my opinion, can you build around him? For that to happen, you talking about the players that build around the LeBrons, the Jokic's, the Giannis's. You have to impact the game on both sides of the floor, but I think he can. And I think just playmaking. I think that's the last thing that you don't have to be a primary playmaker. But I think if you look at Giannis and Jokic, they play make enough. They play make really good, but Jokic's playmakers is great. But you just need to make guys better, and I think that'll be like the last thing. I think his defense will evolve. I think his shooting is starting to evolve. You look around the league, ain't too many people shooting well right now. I don't know if it's a new basketball or a quick turnaround. But if you look around the league and the numbers I'm looking at, it's just not a Sadiq Bey thing. It's just not a Jeremy Grant, Cade Cunningham thing. a lot of guys not shooting the ball well like they once did. Did they move the 3-point line back or something? I'm not sure. The new ball bothering them, could be. But a lot of these guys not shooting the ball well. So, like I said, he missed training camp. But I think for him to, you know, I mean, to evolve to be that, but Jimmy Butler really, not that guy as far as playmaking. I think playmaking the kind of, showing that he can make guys better and make the extra pass. I mean, to me, that's it. You're talking about the guy that you could build around. I mean, they may be getting that guy. Depending if the lottery is nice to him again. What's the chance of the lottery kissing the Pistons' butt 2 years in a row? Slim to none. None and none. But, if they can find that guy that they can go through, as well. I mean, at some point, people said Kobe probably wasn't that guy. When Michael came into the league and when he, was scoring, people said, well, Michael can't win a championship without another big guy. So Dave Being opinion is not the end all be all. His opinion could be he could be testing Cade Cunningham. He could be. He could be testing Cade Cunningham. I remember I had a guy I worked with when I just had graduated high school. So I worked in the kitchen washing dishes at the NBC Suites in Southfield. And this guy told me the story. I'm paraphrasing. He said this guy gave him a penny every day. He gave him a penny that he stayed at the hotel. He was staying there. And at the end of the stay, the guy asked him, "Do you got the pennies?" And I can't remember. I think he had the pennies, and the guy gave him like $100 for every penny that he kept during the stay. So that was a neat story. So my thing is, sometimes people may just be testing you. And in good or bad way. It's like working with somebody and they just keep doing something to you and they just testing you to see how much you can take it or until you blow up or they mad that you got a promotion or you doing better than them or whatever the situation may be. Sometimes, God or the Most High, whatever, your religion is, it could be just testing you. Sometimes life can be a test and Dave Bean could just putting a little tester out there for Cade to see how he gonna react verbally. Because Bing is a big business guy around Detroit. Maybe he just testing Cade to see how he gonna respond. If his response is maturity, maybe him and Cade can make some money together. He can show Cade how he flipped his money into a fortune. Or he just maybe just testing his basketball character to see if he can motivate him. Sometimes they just do things to motivate you and see what type of person you is. And I think it just be a test for Cade Cunningham. I think he just testing Cade. And that's how I took it. And maybe putting a challenge out there for Cade to see if he can obtain that challenge. Most people probably gonna say, "Well, Dave Bing don't know what he's talking about. He hating Cade number one for a reason, this, that, and the third." But I think it's a tester because he's just not a scorer. He impact on offense, defense, and he can play make. You know, but I think he just testing Cade character. And everybody gonna talk about how he hating. Maybe he want to see if Cade can take it as a challenge and manifest what he said he can't do. You know, you know, So sometimes people just test you. Sometimes I find out in life that it's best to take the high road. And sometimes it's best to crack and cut somebody out every now and again. But I always the test just to take the high road and keep it moving. That's just my opinion. But I just think it's a tester. I think he's just testing them, but he might believe it. It's up to Cade to change his mind. Nobody knew Giannis Antetokounmpo was going to become the player that he became. Nobody knew. People say, "Well, you probably can't build a team around, can't build around this kid." And he changed people's opinion on that. So let's see if Cade can do the same thing. All right, but yeah, they being if you don't know his credentials, what I'm saying, even just in basketball, he's a Piston legend. He's out of DC, 78 years young. Uh, um, he was the second overall pick by the Pistons in the 1966 draft. He played here from 66 to 70, 75. He was a 7-time NBA All-Star, All-Star MVP in 76 with the Bullets, All NBA second team, Rookie of the Year. So good basketball player, All NBA 50, All NBA 75th. Average 20 points a game for his career, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, point guard. So you know what a point guard look like out of Syracuse. So you know what it look like. Let's see if they can if Cade can take on the challenge, which I believe he can and he will, you know. So, but yeah, he says that I also think our weaknesses in the backcourt, we gotta get a point guard. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. I'm not a Killian fan. If Killian became more aggressive and ran the point like a leader should run the point, then I would disagree with him. But Killian seems to don't have the ball handling. He doesn't have the aggressiveness or the assertiveness to be a true Floyd leader in the vein of Mark Jackson and Jason Kidd, So so that's kind of his comp. So that's his comp. So, and that's what he should be, especially with his body, and he's gonna get bigger and stronger. But yeah, I think give Saban Lee a try. See if Saban the guy you're looking for. If not, I mean, that passing on Hillburton gonna hurt. And does that have bearing on your draft pick next year? But like I said before, I mean, Killian still got potential, and Saban Lee shows some potential. So that guy might be in your team. I don't think it's Corey Joseph and Frank Jackson, but that guy might be on Cade. Maybe you say, Cade, we're gonna go through you, improve your ball handle a little bit more, and be our primary playmaker. But we have to wait and see. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist for more videos like this. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal subscription. Those are much appreciated. Best way to donate. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Then comment, then that subscribe channel is the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications to increase your chance to get notifications. Go live, drop a video. Appreciate the love, support. One time for one time. Peace.